can't guess right now, you might see it in a second here. I decided that the mountains were just calling me far too loud this morning, with the weather being wacky as it is and chance of rain and all that stuff. I decided I'm gonna go to KI, and here's where the dirt starts, right here. Alrighty. Getting here a little late, but usually I don't see deer moving around until earlier, later on in the morning anyway. So I've got a place I'm gonna go check out where I hunted last year, where I saw some deer last year up here. So I got a little ways to go still. And to get you some more footage, and once I get up that way, let me just cross the bridge here and I'll shut you down. Straight stretch, maybe there'll be something on the road up there. You never know. We'll finally get a little bit of water now. These rivers aren't quite bone dry as they were, so that's good. Let's get a lot of rain this week, but they keep saying that. Then every day you get a day and it's a little bit of rain at night and hardly anything in the day, just scattered. So I'll take it. Better than the downpour, but we could use the water, but we've been getting plenty of water lately. And it's gonna start cooling down too, so that's another good thing. Got a chance of snow next week. Not sure what I'm doing yet. I want to get up to camp, hunt up there, and sit in that tree stand up there sometime pretty soon. So we'll see what happens. I got my nephew wants to come up and help me do some insulating on Sunday, so I'm gonna save some fuel for that trip first. See, I don't know, anybody can tell me where a cheap place to buy R19 insulation that's 23 inches wide. Places around where I'm living, it's $55 for one bundle or bale or whatever you call it. If you guys got any places that are cheaper than that, let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Road. It's a road before you get to the gate. This is when I hunted a lot last year. It saved me a little bit of fuel money because it's closer than, the gate's right down the road, but then you got to drive for miles past it. So this kind of saves me a little bit of money in gas this way. And I saw some deer out here. So it was cut last year or last winter, so, well, not last winter, the winter before. So should have started having some regrowth now, so it might be a good area for them to be feeding and bedding. With some of these, they weren't really clear cuts, more like finger cuts, and there was some cleared out areas, but should be a lot of food out here for them, a lot of cover. So that's my thought on this, reason why I'm coming out here and checking it out. Sometimes I see some doe cross around here when I first come through here. That's why I got the camera on. Just seeing maybe we saw something, but evidently not. I do see a fresh set of tracks coming in here after the rain, so somebody else is in here besides me. At least one, now I see two possibly. We did have rain last night, so I don't mind it raining at night and then giving me the day to hunt. That sounds good to me. Corner, I'll take the video on down. Here's the first little bridge coming up. Make sure the road's still in good shape. Yes, sir. Alrighty. Keep on keeping on. nice view. Looks like there's snow up on that hill or mountain there, hill already. I think it's snow. Certainly looks like snow to me. Awesome. I didn't think there'd be snow up here already, but I guess there is. A little bit higher elevation, we're getting snow. Awesome. Haven't seen anything down the road yet here. It is so friggin' awesome to be out here though. God, I love hunting out here. It's just such big woods. You gotta figure out where the deer are, and I didn't get to do a lot of scouting out here this year because they had this part end of the road closed off because they said they were building a fish ladder and the bridges would be out. One bridge would be out and I don't know where it is. I don't see where it is unless it's downstream somewhere that you can't see it from the road that we're driving through, but I thought they were going to close the bridge. I don't see it anywhere, so I don't know what actually happened or where it actually even happened to. So getting plenty of puddles through here this morning, so got plenty of water out here now for the animals, so that's a good thing because we had quite a drought going for a little bit. I know northern Maine didn't have it quite as bad as mid and southern Maine, so we're mid. We're heading just in the tip bottom of north right now, northern Maine. So that was pretty awesome seeing that snow on that mountain. Haven't seen anything, and I am feeling like I'm gonna see a moose or a deer or something at every corner around here. So I keep putting the camera back on. And I keep getting these pictures from camp on my food plot. Looks like there's something up there. I'm getting a lot of pictures, so I haven't looked at them yet. I did look at some this morning from last night, and there's some does out there in the food plot, but something's out there as we're speaking because I keep getting my cell camera keeps sending me photos, so I'll have to check those sometime. Problem is out here you don't get service very. It's really spotty. Yeah, there's definitely snow up there in that mountain. Awesome. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. I love out here. This is so cool. I don't know if y'all saw my last video there, the heart pounding one or heart pumping video. That moose, oh my God. That moose was so close to me. I was hoping she wasn't gonna go bananas on me. She'd just do one stomp, she'd crush me no problem. It was a beautiful moose though. Don't get experiences like that very often. Glad it went the good way, not the bad way. I didn't have my hands on the gun, I just had them holding that camera and never even thought of the gun. Feel kind of rude, you know, you're in their living room in the first place, so why would you ever? It's like a robber coming into your house and saying they have the right to shoot you in your own home. Pretty much the same thing with the animals to me. I mean, you're hunting a deer, but it drives me nuts when people panic, like think they're gonna shoot it just because it's close to them. Give them the fighting chance anyway. Oh, I think I just flushed a partridge. Just went right in front of my tire there and took off to the right. I did see one dead deer on the tar road, and I did see a deer in somebody's yard that was alive, eating away. So technically I saw a deer already today, but it wasn't on the dirt road. Yes, all these swamps and stuff are filling up good out here. Plenty of water for them. That's good. I was getting worried about that. Well, I'll keep plugging along here. I'm a little ways out still where I want to sit. I think I'm going to use the 270 today. Got a little bit further ranges out here I'll be shooting through, hopefully. Or at least watching. Keep on driving on. Oh yeah, she's definitely snow up there. I think this is the road I hunted on. It looks like nobody's been on it since the day I left it. It's all grown up and all water eroded. I don't really notice any vehicle tracks. Well, some older ones, I guess. Hopefully this is the right road. I think it is. It just seems grown up since the last time I was on it, just last year. There's the snow, heading right to it. Ford's doing good. elevation change and you have snow. A little bit of a washout here. I'm not sure if this is the road or not, honestly. Seems like it's way worse. I mean, they just logged it last year, so I wouldn't think it would be this bad. Maybe it is. Trail. Bridge. Yeah, she's in rough shape from last year. What's going on here? Hell of a drop off, that's what that is. Creepy crawl through here. Washout right here. It's quite the dip. Yep, she's a doozy. So once they got the logs out here, they just let the road rot away. That's what they do, I guess. Don't blame them, can't afford to keep them all up. Good territory, should be deer all through here. Probably is, just obviously ain't seeing them. So far, anyway. It's got clouds are starting to break up a little bit, that's a good sign. Give you some more footage if I see anything out here. Yeah, you can see we're getting some snow on the ground. Some over there too, on the side of the road. A lot of washouts on this road already. I can't believe how bad this road has gotten in 1 year's time. And they just logged this last year. When I first started coming down here, they were still pulling logs out of here. This road has gone completely to crap in that short amount of time. And I don't understand why, because we had such a drought. There wasn't a lot of rain. We had some rain in the spring, so I'm assuming that's when all the damage happened, but it is crazy. I don't know if I'll get to where I hunted last year or not. So far, we'll see. Still gotta go that way. I'm gonna keep on going and see if I can get there. You can see we're getting higher up, higher up. Been driving up for half an hour now. Getting a little bit more snow, a little bit more snow. Hope I can take it out of four-wheel drive again. Going up that rocky hill and going through those washouts. Putting back in two-wheel drive here. Just waiting for a friggin' big tail to jump out here somewhere. There's been nobody up here. I haven't seen any tracks. Everybody's getting discouraged with all those washouts, so nobody's been up here. As far as I can see anyway, as far as I've seen. I mean, I don't see any vehicle tracks at all. I haven't seen any giant deer tracks, but as hard as that ground's been, unless it's really recent, probably ain't gonna see a track. But it is awesome. That's why I come up here, for these reasons right here. You're up here away from everybody, the beautiful views and just the seclusion. And where some of these spots are, you know, you're out so far that nobody else has been out. The deer ain't even gonna be worried about a person being out this way. In theory, anyway, that's my hope. Don't hurt to hope, right? And as you can see, the wind is blowing again. It's supposed to be a cool day today, so it says 37 degrees right now up here, right here. See, some days next week this is going to be the high, 37, 38 degrees, in the 20s at night. I'll keep pitter-pattering along here. I think we're getting close to that spot where I saw the does last year, I think. course, on this side of the mountain, there's all kinds of wind. That's how it goes. Sometimes you're on one side and there's no wind at all. You come around the corner or down another side and you're right into the wind, right where the wind is. Alright, there's that big swamp. This is a corner, one of the corners. Yeah, this is part of that long straight stretch. I sit down at the bottom of this hill and watch up this way, I believe. See some snow on that mountain way across the way too. I mean, I realize people out west with the big mountains, they don't call these mountains, but in Maine I call these mountains. Being a paraplegic, I could never climb even these, so they're definitely mountains to me. And I don't care for mountains that have no trees on them, like all the ones out west where they see these hunting for mountain goats where it's just all shale rock and sheer drops and stuff. That's not wilderness and exploring to me. That's just sitting on a cliff, wide open space, and see something else on another wide open space. I like the seclusion of the woods and the trees, and anything could be right next to you and you wouldn't even know it. It is awesome. But everybody has their own likes and dislikes. That's just mine. I'm not dissing anybody. It's kind of what you grow up with is really what it is, what it boils down to. This is what I grew up with, so this is what I love the most. I ain't seeing tracks, but it's all, if you can tell, it's all compressed gravel road, so it's gonna be really hard to see tracks in this stuff anyway. Oh, creepy crawl. Someone exposed. I see anything down here? Nope. So far, so good. Still wind, holy moly. The wind is back. Thought the wind was all done. Guess not. Last time I hunted out there, when I saw those does, though, it was really windy too. And I didn't take the shot. I didn't want to shoot the mother with a doe and a young one anyway, but it was just so far away. You know, 100-yard range with the wind blowing is not too bad because the bullet is so little time in flight that it doesn't get affected too much. But once you start stretching out 200, 300, 400 yards, that wind has a lot longer time to play with that bullet. And it's just, I'm not shooting at anything to wound anything. If I don't think I have a sure shot and I'm not confident in my shot, I'm just not taking it. This is not a game. So I feel like some people just, oh my God, they're gonna shoot at it, start blasting that stuff, running, and they don't care if they're hitting it in the ass and blowing their legs off and everything else. It just makes me sick to my stomach. That's not a sportsman. That's somebody just panicking. I'm not that kind of hunter. Taking a life, you need to be taking it as quickly, as cleanly, and humanely as possible. Simple as that. That spraying bullets is friggin' ignorant. Yes, so far nothing. But the ground is so hard, huh? So the vehicle could have gone through here and I don't even see tracks for that. Well, I will keep on looking. If I see anything, I'll get the camera back on as soon as I can for you. Alright, I believe this is the corner where I saw the does and stuff last year. They go around this corner, then it should start heading downhill, and this would be the downhill range that I was watching last year. So I wanted to put the camera back on just in case something jumps out and I'm not trying to fumble with the camera as I'm seeing something. Well, let's see. So far this side of the hill hasn't been any washouts. It's just the other side. But I am not seeing any tracks at all. No deer tracks or moose tracks. So I don't know. They're all out of this area or what? You'd think with all this clear cut, well, not clear cut, but all this cutting through here, they'd be out here, but right now I'm not seeing a lot of deer sign, as in tracks. Or moose, actually. Maybe they're gone. Maybe they moved on to a different spot, maybe. So I'm not seeing any sign of them. But it's all compressed gravel roads, so who knows? And then all the rain we've had could have washed away any tracks this past week or so. I'll keep driving, see what I see. There was a lot of tracks out here last year too. It was a very busy area. It was all freshly cut last year, so there's not a lot of regrowth this year. Usually it'll take a year or so, just like my camp. Wasn't a lot of regrowth this year. I think it'll start next year with all the in the woods regrowth. Everything was really short, if at all, growing. So next year I'll be there's a deer right there in front of me. It's right in the road. See that? I think it's a doe. Staring there looking at me. I'm not going to shoot any does this time, this early in the season. That'll be a meat thing at the end of the season if my brother and Jameson haven't already tagged out. Jameson still needs to tag out to get his last animal for his big four of the state: the turkey, the moose, the deer, and the bear. He's got the moose, deer, and the bear, and the turkey. He just needs to get his deer now. Well, I'm gonna pull ahead and see if she'll move. I think it's a deer. Could be wrong. A little buck, I can't even tell, but big ears. Big ears. You guys see it, I hope, now? Could be a small buck, I can't even tell. I don't have my friggin' binoculars out yet. Oh, there's a doe. She just finally moved. It's just hard to do the weeds behind her head makes it look like she almost has antlers. What you doing, baby? Oh, there's a baby in the side. I think it's a baby. Or is it a buck? There's another deer on the right-hand side in the ditch. Yeah, it's the young one. Oh, there's two more deer. There we go, how do you like that? They're still feeding on mama. A little late for that, mama. Oh, moose last year. Yesterday, and the mama with 2 babies today. Can't complain about that. Seeing game. Well, if the mama's still got the babies, I guess there's not a buck trailing her around, but this is the area where she was last year with some young ones too, so at least there's deer around. Definitely not shoot the mother with 2 young ones. That's awesome. Again, I'm not that kind of hunter. I'm not desperate for meat. Those are kind of small. Young ones are pretty young. I see that there was one feeding on a doe in my food plot last night too. I was surprised. Thought they'd be all done nursing off mama by now. It's November, for crying out loud. Ain't no rush to get off the road, are they? I just didn't see the mama. I just saw her flash her tail now. I don't know if they're gonna let me crawl. I don't want to disturb them too much, you know. Stress them out. I'd like to get past them, but I'm gonna put her in drive and slowly creep on forward and see if they go bananas on me. Cool seeing the deer though. 3 of them right in front of me. They're gonna just move out of my way. They're gonna stay right there. I'm coming, mama. Guys letting you know. I'm creepy crawling. Better tell them how to move, mama. She's not very big herself. Guys getting the picture yet? Mama telling you to move. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you. You guys can back out feed in a second, okay? I'm just getting by you. Just getting by you, looking for the big bad buck. Thank you, honey. Going past you. Just going past you. I was kind of hoping that the doe with 2 young ones would be a buck around, but we'll see. You never know. They're still out in this same corner area. I'm losing my snow again going downhill. This is the hill I was watching. Watching this hill last year, assuming that was something coming out of these woods on the side here, and sure enough, the doe and the young ones are still hanging around out here. There's got to be food here for them somewhere and cover for them. By the looks of things, there's been a lot less traffic out this way this year. The road is just going right to crap. 1 year. I didn't think as much as that washout is. I didn't think they had that much rain here this year. The road is all washed out. I was almost going to turn around myself. I saw a little passageway to get through, and I made it. Without scraping it all underneath of the truck up and everything, you know. in search of a buck for now. A good buck. I'm not gonna shoot a small one either. I've shot enough deer where I can be more selective now. And again, like I said, with my brother and Jameson in the family too hunting, they already got a moose, they got 2 bears in the freezer, so we're not hurting for meat. So I'm not a sustenance hunting year. A lot of good country out here though, that's for sure. Keep on trucking and see if I see anything else. Get you some more footage. Just come around the corner, there's another deer right in the road, and it just jumped off to the right. It was a doe. But she was by herself. Not that I'd shoot her either, but she was by herself. Maybe there's a buck around. Somewhere, if she stayed. She just went, oh, there she goes. I see a tail going through the woods. Yeah, cool. So that's 4 deer I've seen out here so far. And that one has me curious. She was by herself. So maybe there's a buck around this area. But that's the other thing I'd like to emphasize right now, like I'm saying on this road, is compressed rock. And I have not seen a track. And I've been watching watching for tracks in the mud, but there's just not enough mud. It's just too compressed that I cannot see any deer tracks. So I thought this was gonna be like a kind of desolate, and I thought they were all gone, but in the distance of a mile, I've seen 4 deer now so far. So I guess keep on looking. Maybe there's a buck around this area. We'll see. I'm looking for one. I haven't seen anything yet. Peeking on the top of the hill here now. It's going to start going down, as you can see this way. No snow up here, but we're not at the highest peak either. But I'm getting a good view of Silver Lake on my left. That's where the snowmobile trail starts. Well, this is part of the snowmobile trail, I should say. It keeps going down this hill. I'll show you where to go over here on my left-hand side. There's some snow up in the hills there. There's Silver Lake. On that far side of that Silver Lake is where those campsites all are at. But nice, it's growing up a little bit here. It looks nice. In the mountains here. Maine mountains, I should say. See, there's a little bit of snow up on that peak there, some way in the back possibly. And the one that shot all was right behind me to my right. I don't know if I'm gonna just turn around and watch this hill or what I'm gonna do yet. I know the road goes up top. Maybe I'll take that ride for a little bit, see what's up there. Beautiful, beautiful spot though. I have no idea what's going on today. I have not seen this many deer. That was ridiculous.